How to transfer coin to a known account. A Crossout video by Dangerously Incompetent. Now, what I'm about to describe is bad. It's bad for Gaijin, it's bad for Crossout, it's bad for me, and it's bad for you. So don't do it. It's also against the end user license agreement and could get you banned. So don't do it. I'll probably say this again during the video. Don't do this. It's bad news all round. The method of transferring coin between accounts that I'm about to show you relies on price corridors, which is ironic really, because price corridors were introduced in, when was it? October 2020, with the express intention of preventing address in-game transactions, that is, transferring coins between accounts. And it's another reason why price corridors are rubbish and get price corridors gone, because they stop free trade on the market. They catch so many legitimate trades and say, oh, you can't do that, it looks like you're transferring coin. No, I'm just making money off the market. Price corridors are rubbish. And they sometimes cause parts to get price locked high. Usually when it's a new part and somebody puts on the market a stupidly high price and someone who's really keen to get it pays a fortune for it in coin, and that sets the price corridors at a value far higher than the market value of that part. No one's willing to pay, else is willing to pay that much, so they don't get traded for ages and ages and ages. So to fix that problem with the price corridors, the devs put in changes in the price corridors, which I call price corridor shenanigans, because at some point an algorithm decides, oh, it's price locked high, I'm going to drop the price corridor by 90%. Then thereafter people can make bids, offer to sell or offer to buy at a much lower value, and that way it's supposed to get round price locked high. I have observed that price corridor shenanigans seems to happen really early Thursday morning, or sometimes really early Friday morning. So let's have a look at it in action. If we look at metal fatigue on the old trader Rooney, we can see that it was trading around 90, around 100 coins. So the price corridors would have been around that, it's like 115 to 95 or something like that. And you wouldn't be able to sell higher or lower than those price corridors. But we can see here, someone's managed to put an order, a buy offer of 9 coins. That's way outside the price corridors. And that's because the algorithm has decided, oh, there are sell orders, no one's buying, there are no buy orders, this wasn't on, I presume, around here. At this point, there's sell orders, there's no buy orders, oh, it must be price locked high, despite the fact that for the last 2 weeks it's been trading regularly, bang bang bang, it's always going up and down because people are buying and selling. So it's not price locked at all. This is, the market value. But Boris the Wonder developer strikes again with price corridor shenanigans algorithm, decides this is price locked high and drops the lower price corridor by 90%. Not 5% or 10%, 90%. So the minimum buy order you can put in goes from 95 or 90 to about 9. It's ridiculous. And then someone finds this and goes, oh, I'm going to put it an offering really cheap and maybe I'll get lucky and someone will just quick sell, not look too hard and go, ow, I was thinking I was selling it for 90, I've just sold it for 9. And then after it has sold at the low price, the price corridors get recalculated, but because it's been traded before, the actual price corridors it comes up with are now way higher than the 10% price. They're closer to what they were originally. So now the price corridor is from 75 to 104. So it's obviously lower than it was yesterday when these people put their offers on, which are now orphaned, by the way. You can't sell it. You can't. They're trying to sell at 110. No one can buy it. No one at all. It's physically, virtually impossible. And similarly, this order to buy is now orphaned as well because you can't sell that cheap. So that's really frustrating. When you come along later in the day, someone goes, oh, metal fatigue, I wanted that. It's now cheap. I can put an order in. I'm going to buy it at, I'll put buy order in 10. Hooray. But they can't. And it takes you that many presses to find out that you can't. Which is really annoying, and which is why price corridors and price corridors, one reason why price corridors and their shenanigans are rubbish, because it just frustrates so many people who are just trying to use the market. So that's what happens with the price corridors and price corridors shenanigans. This is how to transfer coin to a known account, which you should not do. There's a donor account, who's rich, and there's a receiver account, who's poor and has just bought some coin off a dodgy third-party website. The donor account, on a Thursday morning, looks through their stickers and their paints and their decor and identifies one where price corridor shenanigans have happened. And it's usually the paints and the decor and the stickers, not stuff like scrap, because stuff like scrap, there's always hundreds of orders to buy. It has to... For price corridor shenanigans to happen, there have to be no orders to buy. So he identifies one, like Crew, where the price corridor has dropped, and he can now sell it really cheap. He tells the receiver account, put a buy order in really low. Okay, says the receiver account, I'll put one on for 608. And then the donor account, who has been hitting refresh, goes, aha, that's my boy. That's the account I want to sell to. Because in the market, you can't see who's made that order to sell or to buy. And there's no names at this point. But you need an identifiable amount. And once he's identified the order from the receiver, the donor then goes, aha, I'm going to sell not at the market rate. I'm going to sell really cheaply. I'm going to sell at 608, which I can't because it's my offer and you can't buy and sell between yourself. But he's just sold to the receiver account. He's sold his Crew sticker at a giveaway price. Then the receiver takes their new shiny new Crew sticker and sells it at the market rate, or a bit below any other sell orders that there, because he wanted to sell as soon as possible, please. Thank you very much. And then they just wait until someone comes along and buys it. Well, they don't have to wait. The donor account could go and buy it, but that would be a bit suspicious, a bit easy to spot. So you sold really cheaply and then you bought it back at market price. Yes, I made a mistake in selling it so cheap. Okay, and then you did the same thing for another 20 stickers. Are you sure you're not address in-game transactioning and giving coin to a known account, eh? So, but it can be done. This is how it's done. That's how it's done. That's how you can use price corridors and their shenanigans to transfer coin to a known account, which you should not do. The donor account sells something really cheap to the receiver, and then the receiver just sells it on the market for the regular price. In this case, bought it for 6, sold it for 70, market tax 63, gives 57 coins profit on 6 coins outlay. Ka-ching! Done. To make this method work, the receiver account needs a little bit of coin to start with, but that's not a problem. You can make 6 coin selling scrap any day of the week. And the donor account needs to have a sticker, a painted decor, where price corridor shenanigans has happened, but no one has yet traded at the lower price. Now, you can identify where price corridor shenanigans has happened and someone's put a low bid in by checking the return on investment. If it's up in the 900% profit region, then price corridor shenanigans has happened. The only problem is identifying a part where price corridor shenanigans has happened and no one has traded at the lower price yet, because if they traded at the lower price, this method doesn't work for that item. And you do that by coming on really early in the morning and looking for the parts that have a reasonable price to sell and no orders to buy, and then you have to click on them and check to see that the price corridor has dropped down. So there's a little bit of work there. If address in-game transactions are so bad and you should not do it, why have I just spent a whole video telling you how to transfer coins to a known account? Well, I've done it to point out that price corridors are rubbish. Get price corridors gone. They were implemented in the game to prevent coin transfer to a known account, and yet here they are enabling it. They're just absolutely pile of Boris work. Get price corridors gone. Given that they enable transferring coin, and their stated reason was to prevent it, it makes me think that maybe there's another reason that the developers implemented price corridors that they didn't announce. I can think of a reason. Can you? Another reason for showing you this method of how to transfer coin to a known account is that I've just told several hundred people how to do it. If this video does really well, several thousand people how to do it. I have raised the visibility of this issue. And you make a problem really visible, suddenly it's a high priority for the developers to fix it. So get to it, Targem. Get price corridors gone. Another reason to tell you this method of transferring coin to a known account is that I've also just told several hundred, maybe several thousand people, do you want to bag a bargain paint, sticker or decor? Well, get yourself to the market really early Thursday morning, Friday morning, and look for the parts where price corridor shenanigans have happened and get your really low buy order in. And sooner or later, someone will sell one to you and you'll have bagged yourself a bargain. Huzzah! The incompetent way to make money in Crossout. I should reskin this as another video, shouldn't I? If lots of people are doing that, then it'll be really difficult for the donor account to sell to the specific receiver account. Right, you've got your order to buy on at 608. Okay, I'll sell at 6, and someone's just outbid you and I've sold to them at 610. Drat. Now the price corridors have recalculated and this method won't work with this part. I'll have to find another part. So it's the best way of stopping address in-game transactions is for legitimate regular users of the market to interrupt the transactions. It makes it really difficult for people to transfer coin this way because they keep on getting interrupted by the regular players. If you think I'm wrong, or flat out don't believe me, get yourself to the market on a Thursday or Friday morning after the price corridor shenanigans have happened and rank all the parts by return on investment and look and see how many parts there are with like 900% ROI, when usually the ROI is limited by the price corridors to about 30%. There's about 30% difference between the offers to sell and the offers to buy, or less. Explain to me this situation with something other than someone knows about this exploit and is using it on a large scale to transfer coin between known accounts.